All right, so now we've come to the part of my cooking video, and if you're seeing this video just by itself, and this is the first thing you're seeing on it, I do a cooking video, and then I include this portion of the video in it, where I do a story, usually to do with the person that I am dedicating the cook to, and this cook is dedicated to Mikey from my round canopy parachute team. He is a jump master, a Marine. He's a member of the Freedom Friends podcast. All around great guy. But I do this segment for each cook where I sit down and explain. I have a drink, and I'll smoke a cigar. Warfighter Tobacco. Great company, great cigars. Check them out. Warfighter Tobacco. They got all kinds of merch as well as good cigars. I've also Horse Soldier Bourbon. We're going to have a little bit. Horse Soldier Bourbon's a great brew. Get a little bit. It's a little early in the day. I'm not going to get going too heavy. But I want to share Mikey's story with y'all. And it's a story that relates to food and about military service. And here we go. Mikey, cheers. All right. Fallujah, 2004. The Marine Corps birthday. Mikey's a member of the 31st MEU, 1st Battalion, 3rd Marines, Alpha Company. He was right. He told me we needed a cake for the Marine Corps birthday. All we had were a few cases of MREs. Now, if you know anything about Marines, you'll know that we take our birthday very seriously. We needed a cake. It's tradition. And you don't mess with tradition. The first piece of cake is always given to our guest of honor. The second piece is handed to the youngest Marine present by the oldest Marine present. This signifies the passing of tradition from old to new. Then the old man gets his piece of cake. It has literally been a thing we've done since the early 1800s. And that is one thing about Marines. Tradition is key, and they are big on it. Anyway, we needed a cake. One of my guys before his time in the Marines was a pastry chef. So he wanted to make this elaborate cake for us, but couldn't. He did make some pretty decent frosting using peanut butter and cocoa powder from the MREs. We had this other kid. He was a reservist that had been activated as a combat replacement, who in his day job worked as a cartoonist. He mixed peanut butter and water and made some cream that he could draw with. We then took like 40-pound cakes from MREs and put them together and on an engine panel from an AAV, which is like an armored personnel carrier. They iced it and decorated it with the eagle, globe, and anchor, and it read, "Happy 229th birthday, Marines." It wasn't the fanciest cake or the best tasting. It's still just an MRE pound cake, which if you've ever had an MRE pound cake, you would know. But the tradition was still observed even through the worst combat any of us had seen since Vietnam, which Fallujah in 2004 was nuts. I wasn't there. I don't know. All I know is stories. But it was bad. I'll include some pictures of that Mikey sent me of him from those times, either here or here. This situation also prompted an MRE cook-off because they had opened up a ton of MREs to get all the pound cakes, which he won. He using the 4 fingers of death, aka Frankfurters. You had those little Wiener sausages in a vacuum sealed pack in an MRE. Those of us who have served know exactly what he's talking about. Wiener sausages in a pack, a little longer, like fingers, about the size of your fingers, like Frankfurters. So he made it. He won using his Frankfurters, potato chip sticks, jalapeno cheese spread, a whole bottle of Tabasco, and some Lowry seasoning that he had acquired. We had come up with a bunch of weird parameters, like your dish needs a special name, or other things that they would do, because they got to entertain themselves somehow. And his name for his dish, forgive me, Baby Dick Surprise. All the dishes were served blind and judged by his Master Sergeant Gunny and the Chief Warrant Officer. It's funny. Well, improvise, adapt, and overcome. That's a story of right there. Marines are good at that. That's just some of the things you come up with, the elaborate schemes you do, like combining certain things in meals. Take the MREs and try and trade around and get some things, get the crackers. If you end up with the peanut butter, but you wanted the cheese spread, you trade for somebody who doesn't like the cheese spread, or make it spicy cheese if you don't have the jalapeno cheese, and by mixing the Tabasco in it or whatever. But there's all kinds of things, and the crackers, ugh, the cardboard crackers. Well, Mikey, thank you for your service. I know I'm including some pictures in here of him in his service. I know he was shot while over there. He was nearly blown up over there. One of the pictures will be of them inside of a armored personnel carrier and a couple other guys with him, and they were laughing from delirium because the vehicle had been on fire and they just got it put out, and they're just exhausted, stressed, and just, you can't help but laugh. So, well, thank you, Mikey, for sharing this story with me and allowing me to share it with every one of y'all. I hope that y'all have find it funny and entertaining. If you have any stories that you would like to share with me that I can share with everyone else, please let me know. I'm on Instagram, at my Chowline. Man, that food's smelling good too. So I'm about to go check on the meat again as soon as I finish this cigar, and we'll get back to the cook. But please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. It helps. Just thank you all for your service. Thank you for what y'all do. But also, I hope you enjoy this, and let's get to cooking some food.